A question about the Hampton Roads Regional Jail. There was another death there this last month, sort of mirrored the death of Jamycheal Mitchell. And I know there's been 2 state reports put out on that. The state police are investigating that. But it appears that there's not a lot of oversight of that jail system, the regional jails themselves. Do you have any questions about that or thoughts on what should happen?
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Obviously, Jamycheal, I don't understand for $5 worth of food why this gentleman was in jail for 4 months, how he could go without being fed. It just doesn't make any sense. Now the state police have an active investigation going on. And the recent death, I don't know, from the reports that I have read, the Portsmouth police are now investigating that. They've just gone in. The toxicology reports are being done as I stand here right now. We're going to look at it. We are going to get some legislation in the next General Assembly to deal with this. I do want you to know that we have leaned in very hard in this administration. The funding that we have put up for mental health, the issues in the jails. We now have people in the jails now who are trained to deal with the mental health issues. Jamycheal, as you know, that was a mental health issue. It was a substance abuse with the individual that recently just passed away. So we have put resources in, but sure, I'm concerned. I don't understand how someone could sit. First of all, why are you in jail for 4 months for stealing $5 worth of food? It makes no sense. So trying to reform our justice system and to make sure we have the necessary funds for dealing with people who are there with mental illness, to make sure we have the people in the jails that can diagnose it and then get them to the necessary treatment. So we're going to investigate the next one. Portsmouth is now looking at it. The state police is in the middle of an active investigation, and that's the first step. But you bet I have concerns.
So beyond the criminal investigation into the deaths themselves,
yep,
and the investigations into the mental health aspect of
yep,
Mr. Mitchell's death, there's also the question of who has oversight of the regional jails themselves. Who can say, what's going on inside of this jail? And I don't really have an answer to that. Do you have an answer for that? Do you know who can do that?
Well, this is why we're going to propose legislation in the upcoming General Assembly, because when these things happen, you got a lot of this going on, and no one is taking responsibility. It's a county jail, but someone has to be ultimately responsible. There are too many questions that have gone on in these jails. People are dying. I don't have a good answer today. What happened to Mr. Mitchell? We don't have that today. For months and months, he sat there, languished, basically starved to death. He was in for stealing $5 worth of food. Makes no sense to me. So this is what we are going to actively look at. I'm just happy to say that I have put millions of dollars into the budget specifically to deal with those that have mental illness in a jail, because we didn't have the people in the jails qualified to do the diagnosis. Now we do, and we now have the beds necessary if they need to be moved for psychiatric treatment.